First started dating and you found out that I was a NASCAR fan, motorsports fan, well, what was your thought?
Yikes.
Was it a red flag for you?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a red flag. It was like,
A yellow flag?
what am I in for
Caution
here?
flag?
Yeah,
Even though you grew up in Alabama?
yeah.
Or maybe
I didn't
especially
know-
because you grew up in Alabama?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of people in my life who were like hardcore racing fans like you. And I brought to John like my main qualms with the sport. One was that it was super unsafe. At least that's how I perceived it. We started dating like 10, 11 years ago.
Right, so then I showed her the video of Michael McDowell at Texas wrecking and being like, he walked away from this, was not injured. So they've gotten way safer.
Yeah. Yeah, and that convinced me. That was like kind of mind blowing to watch. So
Yeah, like
he gave me a very long lesson about like how NASCAR and
How the sport
motorsports have
evolved, yes.
evolved around like safety. So that was one, and the other was I was like, this just feels like a really
Not diverse sport.
I was like, this just feels like it's a lot of rich white boys, and
then-
also having come from the South and
that
been
background.
around that, I was like, I don't know, it just feels like a place where a lot of racists hang out.
And then I was like, let me introduce you to Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, Kyle Larson. This was before 2020 incident, but Kyle Larson, Asian American, right? And just the growing diversity.
Yeah, a lot of people
some
hate
of the
me
women
because I don't
drivers.
like Kyle Larson, and I did root for him a lot before 2020, and then he made that terrible comment, and it really was hard for me to get over. But yeah, you did that, and that's when I became a huge fan of Bubba. I mean,
And Daniel, like you speak
and
Spanish.
I love Daniel, but I love Bubba. He's just so handsome, you know? I don't know. I feel like I have just followed Bubba more closely, and Bubba became your favorite driver.
Yeah,
but
right.
you did show me that. I mean, I still don't think the sport is very diverse.
But it's making strides. And I showed you some of the like pit crew members and some of the folks like who are in the higher ups who, you know, have positions. So.
Yeah, and then my last qualm was that I thought it was really boring. And
How did I remedy that?
You took me to races.
Yeah.
You took me to local tracks, which have been my favorite, been the most fun. I've been to Five Flags down in Pensacola. I've been to Southside down in Richmond, Dominion. I've been to, what was the one with the crazy stuff? Crazy people?
Bowman Gray.
Bowman
Which
Gray.
is racing this week.
And I really liked those. And then you took me to races. And I do get bored at the cup races. I'm going to be really honest.
She brings a book, which is totally fine.
About 45 minutes into it, I start reading, and
Guess
then
what?
I watch
People-
the end.
People do that at baseball games all the time.
I do that at baseball games also. So,
But I'm just glad she's there with me.
but I've learned a lot. I know a lot more about the sport than I ever thought that I would know. And I don't know. I'm grateful that I'm always down to experience something new. So even though when we started dating, I was like,
And you've been to a lot of races now.
yeah.
So.
And I would like to go to more. And I would like to experience other brands. Brand is the wrong
Other-
word. Like F1 and IndyCar.
Other styles, other disciplines is the terminology we use.
Yeah. And I haven't been to a dirt track before.
Oh, we're remedying that this year.
And I would
We're
like to
going-
do are there motorcycle races and
There
stuff
are motorcycle
too? Like, I
races.
think that'd be cool.
Wow, MotoGP, here we come.
So, I'm
Okay,
always
so-
down for a good time, for
So,
something
like,
new.
avid fan here, die hard.
Yeah.
Where would you put yourself at on the list? Like,
I don't really consider myself a fan. I just like to stay informed about what's happening in the sport.
this is true about a lot of things. She likes to just stay informed.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same with most other sports. I don't follow a lot of sports super closely, but I know about them.
This is maybe the one you know the most about.
No, I don't like that. I do not
true.
like that.